All right, everyone, we want to welcome everybody that came back. It is part 2 of Master Your Social Media. I am Lorie Woodruff, real estate agent and business coach in the Maryland and DC area. I help entrepreneurs and realtors out there market their brands, really develop a presence online. So I'm really happy and thankful that we can come back again and have session 2. The 1st of January, can't believe it's almost over, but the 1st of January, we had our very first launch. And I wanted to do this platform really as a separate class, because typically on Tuesdays, I host a free class geared around a lot of topics. It could be around business. Like yesterday, we had a topic on getting your confidence together so you can get more sales. We had an author, a publisher. We have different topics that happen every single Tuesday. But Wednesdays, I wanted to stretch it out just to make it a little bit different and a little bit more unique, and just for that conversation of content marketing, because a lot of times it gets overlooked, and we need to focus in on that because it's here to stay, and we really want to focus on what do we need to do to up our presence on social media. I love social media. I write content on a daily basis. I write it not only for my own pages, but I also write it for other entrepreneurs as well. So if that is something that you need help with and you are knowing, I can't do this, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do this on my own, I got you covered. So make sure that you reach out to me. And as we journey along throughout the evening, I will make sure that you get all of my contact information so that if you'd like to set up a discovery call, 15 minutes, I guarantee you by the time we are finished within that first 15 minutes, you will have enough information to at least get one thing started. So again, I wanted to welcome everybody on here. This is the last one that's going to be free. So Jeff, you're covered, all right? If you're part of my E1U Life marketing, personal development, and professional development piece, then I have a separate course where I actually help entrepreneurs with their branding. And if you're a part of that, then you can journey along with this going along for free. So going in February, I'd let everybody know in January that we're just going to have 2 complimentary marketing classes in this month. And so you can kind of get a feel of what to do going on February, and every month. It's going to be $79 a month to rock out with me and play around with these ideas, because this is a lot of information up here that I can share. But if you're part of the E1U Life work at home, personal development platform, professional development platform, then it's no charge for you. Okay, so Jeff, you're good to go. You ever wanted to dip in and out of these classes, you're good to go. But Valerie and anyone else, if you did want to see if that's something that you wanted to join, let's talk a little bit more afterwards and see if that's something that you'd like to do. Otherwise, it's $79 a month. It's still light work. It's still light work for what we have in common, for what we got in store, okay? Because I want to make sure that you have the resources. The resources that I typically have to pay for with courses and everything like that, I have spent a lot of money. I've spent over $50,000 on mentorship. And those mentorships fed a lot into me. And that's a lot of what I feed back into you guys. So just wanted to make sure that you guys knew you're getting some quality information. You're getting some quality information. All right, so let's get things started. Does anybody have any questions before we get started about marketing first? Because I'm going to do a recap of what we did on the first session. I'm going to do a light review. Let's get this out of the way. Thank you. Get out of my way. Hey, Donald, what's going on? It's been a moment, sir.
Yes, it has.
Latrice, welcome, welcome. Let's get things started. Donald, if you wouldn't mind getting on mute just so we can make sure the recording is good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here. We're talking about mastering our social media. 1st of January, we already had our first episode. This is part 2, so we can go into a little bit more. What I wanted to do is just recap a little bit more about what we talked about so you can kind of get up to speed. And then I've got some great tips and great resources today that I wanted to share with you. There was some homework that many of you were required to do. And if you did it, you did it. If you didn't, these tips are really just here to help your business grow. So if you did it, kudos to you, and just make sure that you follow along so that you can do these easy steps to enhance your own marketing presence. All right. So again, I am Lorie Woodruff, 23 years in real estate as a real estate agent in Maryland and DC. It's a long time to even say that, but I enjoyed every step of the way of what I'm doing. Still have a real estate team, but majority of my heart has been spent with entrepreneurs like yourself, small business owners, those that are looking to discover themselves online. It's a new life. It's a brand new life. And this is a way where we can talk about what kind of things can we do to help market your brand. So majority of the time, I'm spending time on a weekly basis talking to new entrepreneurs, seasoned entrepreneurs, on what kind of things they can do to help enhance their business. This is my dog, Winnie. Many of you may see it just in postings, but I love her. She keeps me grounded. My dog is everything. And so if you don't have a pet, I would say this would be the year that you start looking into it, not only for your mental sake, but it's really good to have a little friend around the house as well. All right, so let's jump into social media. We talked a little bit before about how social media, how you show up with social media. Social media is here to stay. It is a free platform for many things you can do for free. For a lot of the things that we're going to talk about today, they are free. And of course, there are paid parts of what you can do, but let's talk about the free stuff, the free 99 stuff, if that's okay with you. I want you to look at the screen and see you've got a direction of people that are typically going in different directions. And I want you to think of this, let's say on the right-hand side, there's traffic going in one direction. That could be social media going, let's just say that's people who are just focused on Facebook and Instagram. They're going in that direction. They're going north. And are you in that traffic is the question. The question of the day is, are you there? The information is whatever service that you have, if it's real estate, if it's nursing, if it's network marketing, whatever you sell or offer, are you there to be present with whatever your subject is? Okay. The other traffic is going south. Are you there? Are you present for the people that are on LinkedIn? How about YouTube? For those individuals, are you present? So a lot of times people are like this. They're just, I can do this. I'm all by myself. And I'm just going to kind of wing it. Well, if you're not in the traffic, you're losing out on selling a lot of your services, offering and attracting the right people to your services. So we talked a little bit more about that so that you are out and about and you are present. I've talked to some people and they don't have a website. Okay. It's 2023. And for someone that doesn't have a website right now, if someone's looking to do business with you, they're going to kind of look a side eye and just say, well, people do their investigation. They do a lot of work before they work with you. And if they're going to Google you, they're going to check you out. Are you online? Are you present? And that is one of the things I want to make sure that you're visible. All right. That you're not just out there by yourself. Okay. Entrepreneurship already has its ups and downs. So you understand, even if you were to have the amazing business plan, you've got the best tax person to take care of your money and your documents whenever you need to get stuff done. If you don't have a presence, that's going to alter a lot of this up and down magic that happens in our business. We have money, we have personal development, we've got depression, we got sadness, there's money ups and downs in our business every single time. So there's always going to be that. So expect it, but make sure that you've got the right systems in place so that these things don't get out of whack. Okay. The difference between branding and marketing, let's go over that because a lot of people think it is one and the same, and it is not. If you look at the word branding, that is who or what you are. Marketing is how you build that awareness. So for example, McDonald's, for example, not the place I eat, but that is the example I'm using. McDonald's is a brand, and how they market that particular brand could be through media, it could be through radio, it could be TV, right? So and street signs. So when you look at that, you are the brand, and I want you to remind yourself you are the brand. So put that in the chat box and just type that out, put it in your notes. I am the brand. Sometimes you work for a network marketing company. Let's say you work for a particular real estate company. One of the things I learned very early on is I never market the company. Sorry, I'm not marketing the company. They already have a presence. I need the presence. You need the presence. So be very careful when you are showcasing a company.com all over your website. The person doesn't care. The audience doesn't care about the company name per se. In some cases, it could be. But if they're looking to do business with you, they have to know, like, and what? Trust you. So there's no way that you need to be repping a brand name all the time unless it is you, okay? Another thing that we talked about was social media is not about you. Some people get online and they're just like, I'm not doing it. I'm not showing what I ate yesterday. I'm not showing what dog, park that we went to. I'm not showing my life. And it doesn't have to be about you. You're being selfish if you think that way. Social media is just that. It's social media. So if you have a service, a product to sell, and let's just say I'm looking to sell this pen. It's me and this pen. How am I going to get this pen to the masses of people? Well, am I going to just say, well, I'm not interested in pens that much, but what can I do to get it out there? Make this pen about the audience, okay? Show someone writing with it, all right? Showcase it in a nice case or a gift box. It's not about you. So your face doesn't have to be on all of your social media pages. There are some YouTube pages that are faceless. There are some Instagram pages that are faceless. And so it really depends on what is your direction. That's what I help a lot of people with, figure out what is the direction, because in some cases, you don't have to show your face. I started a business at the end of 2022. I bought an online business. I've never showed my face. It's all about photography. And so I just showcase pictures, imagery. Got it? So just think about your business and stop worrying about, I don't want to show pictures of myself. Focus on, if I'm here to sell a service, how the hell am I going to get it out here to the masses of people? Product, the people are out here. Well, I got to be able to showcase this pen as best as possible. All right. We also talked about the different types of engagement. 3 different types of engagement that one can have on their social media pages. I like to have all 3, but it's not necessary that you always incorporate 3. You can have 1, entertainment. If that is your thing and you're funny and a lot of your topics are all about jokes, then you have that type of page. That is the engagement of what brings people to you. If you're a comedian, it makes sense, right? Encouragement. There are some pages that just have text with inspirational words, videos with inspiration on it. You can also go through the method of doing education. All right. So if you just want to teach a thing or two, then you can also go that route. Okay. So I want you to think about the route that you go in. No problem, Charles. Welcome. Welcome, everybody. If I were to go to TD Jakes' page, all right, am I going to expect jokes? Okay. He's a pastor. Am I going to expect jokes from his page? No, I'm really going to get encouragement or education from his page. That's what's expected. That's the theme of who he is. If I go to Kevin Hart or Gary Owens, one of my favorite comedians, they are all about entertainment. Now, they might throw a little bit of encouragement in there, but I love Steve Harvey because he can do all 3. He is a comedian first, encouragement, and then we can learn some things from him as well. So you have to understand that good balance that you can do is going to help people get more attracted to your page. If you're just giving out facts all the time, it's going to get boring and not too many people want to see that. Okay. Let's keep it moving. Let's talk about the top used social platforms. We talked about Facebook being #1. YouTube, right, it is up there. And you've got Instagram. So you've got 3 of the top ones that you've probably heard about. Some of these other ones I really haven't. TikTok is up there, but the top 3 are Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Are you on any of those platforms is my question. And if you are, how often are you at least on there to be present so people see that you've got something that they could use? Okay. In the chat box, you guys just put in there, which ones are you on? Let me know, which platforms do you frequent? Not look at, but which ones are you frequently on? Type it in there. Let me know, which ones are you on? Are you on TikTok? Are you on IG? Charles is on Facebook, IG, and Twitter. Okay. I love it. I love it. Good. That's a good mix. Let's see where Twitter fell on here. Twitter wasn't even on here. Here it is. It's the bottom. It's at the low bottom. Jeff. Yes, Jeff, you are on all 3. Valerie's on Facebook and IG. Which ones are you guys on? YouTube, but I don't do work on there. What do you mean you don't do work on there? Me too. I quit cable maybe about 3 years ago, and I mainly watch YouTube. Because during the pandemic, I needed to learn a lot of things. And I was in that mode. I don't know, you guys might have been in that same way. I was in discovery mode to learn a lot of things. So YouTube was my primary TV. I had Prime and I had Netflix. That was it. I didn't need HBO. I didn't need all them other distractions because they weren't feeding me. They weren't feeding me anything. So YouTube University, absolutely the way to go so that you can get some great things. And keep in mind, for those that are out there, Charles, what industry are you in? What industry are you in? You're an engineer. Okay. Okay. You have to understand that there are certain industries that Jeff is in real estate. Valerie, are you a realtor as well? There are certain industries that you need to be on, especially for YouTube. Yeah, I thought so. You got to take a look and just see, and we'll talk a little bit later. I'm getting really excited about how I'm going to share how you can start sharing your content with the world. But when you think about it, YouTube, that information lives there indefinitely. Unless you delete it off of YouTube, keep in mind that information lives on that site. So if someone is searching for real estate, they can do that on YouTube. If they're looking for contract for deeds, like what Jeff does, Jeff specializes in helping investors get in for low money, for as little as 5% out of pocket for some deals. He works those creative financing deals. That's not something we can just search easily on Instagram or Facebook. So Jeff would be great. Jeff's content would be amazing on what? YouTube, because that's visual. That let's talk about it. You know, he can talk to the screen and talk to his audience about what is it that he serves? What is it? Who does he serve and how does he work best for you? Charles, we got you covered when you're ready. You're surrounded by realtors all right here, so you're good to go. Okay. So is everybody clear on, as long as you're picking at least 2 platforms, you've got to figure out which one works best for you. Donald, you work in entertainment, you work in media. So of course, having your information on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and certainly YouTube is where you want to be. For all of those reasons. So let's talk about how the cycle goes for getting new clients. All right. The cycle goes just like this, and you can't disrupt this cycle. First of all, there's awareness. There's an awareness page cycle, excuse me. And part of that process simply means, who are you? Who is this person? And it could simply mean, let's just say you just started your page today. You started your Facebook page today, 2023. You don't have any friends. You haven't done any commenting or liking or anything. You can't just jump out there and command, come to my webinar. Hey, make sure that you click on this link and schedule some time with me. You haven't really gained the authority yet. So gain the awareness simply means warm up your pages with information, give value, give enough value content so that people can start to get drawn into you by attraction. So by attraction, that simply means that is the content that you're putting out there to attract the right people. Then, and only then, can you start to be the authority in your niche. You can't just jump out there and just say, well, I am #1 realtor and you have never been online. Let's say you've never been online. You can't jump out there because people don't know you. They don't like you yet, and they can't trust you. So don't take it out of order and don't take it out of pocket because you can't. All right. Make sure that you are on there on a consistent manner. If you are on these channels, like Charles said, and Valerie and Jeff said, if you're on these channels at least 2 to 3 times a week, peek in there, put something on the page, then at least your pages are getting out there. Like other people's things, because the more that you like someone else's information or comment on their page, now you're starting to warm up the algorithm to get you out there. Now, when you jump on my page and you comment, I might look and see, well, what are you about? So it should be reciprocated, okay? So just be careful with how you're doing it. Don't just let it be a one-way street where you're just putting content out there, but you never comment or like on anybody else's stuff. Question from Jeff says, how long do you have to wait to start doing seminars? If in your case, because your page really just got started back up again, I would say give it a few weeks. Give it a few weeks. And because Jeff is one of my clients where I'm doing social media management for. And what I'm noticing is that people don't know that you're there yet. So what I was doing today, for example, on your page was I was going on to other real estate and mortgage people's pages to like and comment. And now you got a couple more followers. Okay. So those kind of things will has to be done on a regular basis. We're still cooking. You're still cooking. So I would say give it a couple of weeks so that can be done. It can still be, you can still put a webinar invitation out there, let's say on Eventbrite. You can do, because that's free and that goes out to your metropolitan area. Eventbrite is great, it's free. You can also do an event on Facebook where it can go out to more people. So those are some things that can be done and not just to let it rest on your page. Facebook and Instagram aren't stupid. Like they'll let us get away with a little bit, but they want you to pay and invest on ads, boost the post. And by doing that, that means you got to play the game, you got to pay to play. So if you want to reach more people, you may have to pay for an ad. And that way you can target exactly who you want that ad to go to. Let's just say I want to target renters in Greenbelt, Maryland, right? If I want to just target that, there's a new grant program that just came out in Prince George's County in Greenbelt. So let's just say I want to target Greenbelt renters between the ages of 30 and 55. I can do that, but I'm going to have to pay for it so I can reach maybe thousands of people. Does that make sense? So yeah, I've boosted a couple of posts and I was amazed to see within a couple of hours how much more followers I got and how much more of a better reach that I got. Your friends are your friends. Your friends are not necessarily the ones that's going to be buying from you all the time. You guys know that, right? I mean, that's not, the secret is not out the bag, but your Facebook friends, some of them may be your customers, yes, and some of them may come to your event, But for the most part, when you're really trying to be intentional about an event that you want people to show up to, most people are paying for Facebook ads or they're boosting a post. I spent maybe about $60 one week, every week for 4 weeks straight, and it reached about 12,000 people. That was the reach of what I had at that time. So just to give you an idea, it doesn't cost a whole lot, but got to pay to play the game. All right, so does that help you, Jeff, with your answer? A couple weeks. And if you want to boost your post, then yeah, Facebook wants a credit card on file to reach more people. That way you can hone in more on who exactly you want to show up to your event. All right, so let's talk about attraction marketing. Attraction marketing is the key way of how you want to bring people in. It's the process of drawing interest to you, the brand. And how you do that is technically by words. It's by visuals. It's by how do you attract a man to a woman? It's the visuals. It's something that is attracting one to the other. What is attracting you to my social media pages? What's keeping me onto your page? Sometimes it could be the aesthetics of the colors. It could be the videos that are on there. I don't know. So what is the attraction that you have on your page? And let's talk about what that can be pumped up to so you can get more people to look at your page. All right. So let's talk a little bit more about the wording. We consume so many words every single day. Over 100,000 digital words are consumed by the average US citizen every single day. So we're looking at emails, we're looking at Twitter. Charles is on Twitter, so you know you don't have that many. We got text messages. We've got so much in front of us. So the key here, the reason why I bring this up is when you are online, there's no need that you have to have a whole biography on any topic. Keep it short and have a great title to grab people's attention. Period. That's it. Okay. You don't have to have people. Nobody likes to read that long. Straight up. They don't want to read. They want to get right to the point and get off. And Twitter started that concept where you only have a certain amount of characters. You're not going to sit there and have a whole bunch of words going all off the page. So think like Twitter. Think like Twitter when you're online. All right, 92% of consumers want brands to make ads that feel like a story. So deliver it that way. Stop just giving facts. Stop just giving facts. All right, remember when we were in school, we had stories for a reason. You all still remember Goldilocks and the Three Bears. You still remember that, right? I still remember some of the stories of when I sat there. I still remember the stories. But I don't remember much from my math class. Those were facts. Okay. Trigonometry. No, I don't remember anything from that class. But a story, anybody's going to remember a story because it's how the story makes you feel. And your product, your service has to attract the right person so that that storytelling process can bring them to buy with you. Okay. It's a process. Here are some popular brands that you may know of. Let's just go over the brands again, just to remind you, these are brand names. These are people brands. Rihanna, Oprah, MAC Makeup, Nicki Minaj, Mr. Clean. These are all brands. These are some of the posts that I would put up for inspiration. As a real estate agent, this was a house up in the left-hand corner that one of my investors I work with just finished renovating the house. And the only keywords I put in the content area was, imagine your next dinner here, ... I didn't put the facts about how many bedrooms it was. I didn't put the new roof that was put on there. They can see all that when they get to the listing. But what attracted them to the listing was that photo and what I said in the text to make them feel, wow, I can't imagine my next dinner there. Okay, so the credit score, the bedroom pictures, a lot of these different things, the backyard pictures, you can do these things. This is what's called attraction marketing. Put a little bit of text on there and then you can rock it out. Okay, so let's get into the meat and potatoes of where we are. We got to this point. We had homework. last time. And Jeff, I know you did it. I'm not sure, Valerie, if you were on the first session. I can't remember if you were on that session. But if you walked away from that one homework assignment, you at least leveled up so that you can have some identity in your bio for your social media page. Okay, let's review it. Let's review it. The homework was to create a free account with Linktree. Linktree is a one-stop shop. It's free, and it's a free account where you can house all of your social media links, all of your URLs that you typically have. So I know you've seen it where you've gone to someone's signature page, right, in their email, and they've got their LinkedIn tab, they've got their website that they have. Oh, don't forget to hit me on Twitter, like all of these different links in their signature. Have you guys seen that before? It's just tacky. It's just all over the place, right? So Linktree allows you to have one link that you can upload all of your social media links, and I'll show you mine. And that way you can at least put your calendar on there. It looks cleaner. So it's one platform where all of your URLs and your social media links can go. So your homework was to create that so that you can have that all in one. I love Linktree too. Lanice has one. Jeff has one. I know. Who else is on here? Who else got one? Okay. Oh, well, some of you are going to have it after you finish here. The mission statement should go onto your profile. So in Instagram or Facebook, there is a profile area where you can edit it. And this is the area that you want to put your mission statement. So as you're looking to reach out to specific people, then you've got to make sure that you've got some identification first, that you know what the hell you do. Because it's nothing worse than going into a networking event and someone asking you, well, what do you do? They ask just like that. What do you do? Oh, well, I'm a tech something subscriber. What? What is that? Well, I'm a phlebotomist. What is that? Oh, I draw people's blood. Okay. Now I know. So it should never be a 2 or 3 part process to what you do. You should be able to identify clearly how you serve. And it should be one punch of a sentence. It shouldn't be, well, okay, what is that? Okay, well, how do you do that? Oh, okay, that's for who? It shouldn't be for like that. So what we did for the homework was your mission statement should answer this question. What do you do for a living? And you fill in the blanks. I help blank, do blank, by what? Okay, so let's say I'm a real estate agent, right? So in many rooms, I can say I'm a realtor depending on who's in the room. But if I'm in a room networking with people bigger than me, then I help people acquire wealth by purchasing property in Maryland and DC. That may be what I say to fit this mission statement. That way, that person walks away and knows exactly what I do. Because if I just said, I'm a realtor, all right, you and 10,000 other people, are you a commercial realtor or your luxury homes realtor? What? Specify, what is it? So once you get clear with what you do, update that on your profile, fill in the blanks, and you can start to then walk proudly because now you know, okay, this is what I do. Okay. Lanice, what you got? Tell me your mission statement. Yeah, I put you on the spot. Oh, you're with mom right now, so you may not be able to talk. I think she's with her mom right now, but she helps nurses and caretakers earn money from home. So being that she's a nurse, that is her mission statement had to be filled in. I help nurses and caretakers make money by working online at home. So for someone who is tired of that industry of working in the hospital, and they're a nurse or a caretaker, much of her content on her page now speaks directly to that person. And nurses will be attracted to her page. Caretakers will be attracted to her page. Thank you for typing it. So she said, I help nurses and caretakers make money from home. All right. She's taking care of her mom right now. So that fills that in. Does that make sense to everyone? Can they fill that in? If you haven't done your statement already, can you fill that in? I help blank, do blank, by what? Put a 1 in the chat if you can go ahead and knock that out. Knock it out this evening before you hit the bed. When I was doing credit repair, this is the sample of what I would say. I help less than perfect credit clients buy their home using a simple do-it-yourself method. That was what I used as my statement at that time when I was working with credit repair clients. I help others retire wealthy. Let's look at others. Let's tighten that up, Charles, because we want others is too vague. I help others retire wealthy and build an estate for their family. Got it. How about we say I help individuals? I help individuals retire wealthy and build an estate for their families. That's right to the point. Got it? So you got to be crystal clear. I know it sounds good. You're welcome. And you have to be careful of just singling men or women sometimes too, because one of my great girlfriends, she's began a grieving counseling platform. So at first it started out where she says, well, I just help women with grief, and just getting feedback from other people. She was getting feedback and the guys were like, well, what about me? Like, I'm going through grief. I need help too. And she's like, okay, so I need to revise that because the people have spoken. So when you poll people as well, they can let you know what's up, because you don't want to single out men in that particular case. They're going through the same situation. So if she just said, I help women through the grieving process, if a man looked at that mission statement or her information, he could be like, well, that's not for me. But in actuality, she did have that open for both men and women, but you wouldn't know that because it wasn't stated. All right. What's up, Taz? David. So let's get into it so we can get you guys this social media tips tonight. This is what you came for. I really wanted to recap of what we did really the first time. This is what we do twice a month. Twice a month. This is what we're doing twice a month. First Wednesday and last Wednesday of every month, we're going to be here. So as I said, this month we're good because this is free. But going forward, if you are a part of my E1U Life platform, it is not a charge to go forward. After February, it's $79 a month to join this class twice a month. So let's talk if it's something you want to join. If it's something that you want to do on a monthly basis, no contract, it is month to month. Okay. But I want to make sure that you're getting this value, this type of high level information, so that bit by bit you can up your ante and get your pages together and get people to want to work with you. Again, your page doesn't have to have your face on it. There's plenty of social media pages, plenty of pages that are on the internet. You buy from them and you've never met them. Your Shopify pages that you buy purses and jewelry and whatever from, bathing suits from, you've never met the person behind the scenes. So if that's something that you need help with, if you need help with doing the faceless type of pages, then we need to have that discussion, because everything doesn't have to have your face on. Okay. So let's go over the 5 ways that we can crush it on social media. So get your pens ready. Let's go. Number 1, we already talked about know your audience. Knowing your audience is key, because if you don't know your mission statement first, we do this in steps for a reason. If you don't know who the hell your audience is, then you're talking to everybody. If I go into McDonald's, are they serving crab legs? Yes or no? Are they serving anything seafood that I can say, well, I like that scallop dinner. I can see if they're going to serve crab legs tonight. No, you go there for one thing. You will never go there. If I went to Ruth Chris, am I going to get a cheesesteak in there? Any kind of Subway sandwich, am I going to get that? Am I going to get a side of fries on the side of my dinner? No, you got to know your audience. They understand who their audience is. So there's no need to have that crap on the menu if you don't serve that. If you don't serve, if you serve in your real estate community investors, then that's the talk that you're talking to. Are first-time buyers going to come your way? Yes, they're going to float your way. Yes. But if your talk is to investors, then your talk is to investors. If you are in IT, if you are in insurance, then are you talking to 18-year-olds? No, you're talking with the ones that have money. You're talking to the ones that have purchased a home probably. So there, you have to know your audience, and that way you can dictate, what am I going to say? What kind of content? She said, not likely. All right. So we got that clear, right? So no, get your mission statement tonight. Can we commit to at least that tonight? Yes or yes? Charles, you got yours. That's amazing. You got individuals. Valerie, you got yours. You help people, individuals. But individuals keeps everybody together. We don't want anybody left out. All right, good. Thank you. Thank you. That makes me feel good, right? And for the ones that didn't respond, it's okay. You'll get there. You'll get there. You'll get there one day. Number 2. Thank you, Audrey. It's good to see you online. Number 2, choose your channel. Choose 1 or 2. You don't need to choose all 15 channels that are out there. Remember, the top ones are Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. If you are in any of those, then stay there. But I'm not saying you have to be on 15 channels at one time. A confused mind does what? Nothing. Now, I'm not saying, remember, if we go back to the traffic where, yeah, there could be some people that are on YouTube, but are not on the other channels. Yes, but you have to be very careful. Develop your authority first on those 2 or 3 channels first. Develop your authority there so people can at least see that you've got it. But if you're spread out on all of these different channels, you're trying slowly to build your authority, and it's going to take longer. So build your authority at least on 1 to 2 platforms first before you move on to anything else. Number 3 is the biggest one on here. Tell a story. Like I said, depending on what you do, real estate is something I can, of course, relate to because I've been in the market for 23 years. So I've seen the different ways that people market real estate. And I could say I didn't do it right in the beginning. I was given facts. I was given facts a lot of times. And then I started to see how my mentors were actually capturing people's attention by telling more of a story. When I wrote my first book, what's up, sir? When I wrote my first book, and actually, thank you, I'm glad you popped on here, because I was just about to share this story, Terrence, that when I wrote my first book, there was a chapter in there that talked about the depression that I went through. And there was nothing I wanted to share about that part of my life. And I cried, and the publisher was like, that's the chapter that you need to write. That's the chapter that you need to write and get out on paper. I'm like, no, this is too personal. He's like, that's the reason why you need to do it. And as soon as I wrote it, got it out there, people were giving me great high fives on the book, men and women. And then when I did the very first, when I did the book signing, Terrence, he was the host. And when I'm sitting in the chair, Terrence is interviewing me, and I have family and friends all out there. And when I had to talk about that particular chapter about the depression, you know what I saw around the room? I saw people doing this. They were nodding their head. And I was like, y'all can relate. Y'all can relate to the sadness. Y'all got depression too. And it was just amazing to see that was the connection that was needed to show I'm real. Yep, I go through bullshit too. And that's what people needed to see. And that's what they need to see from you. They need to see you're not just, I got my stuff together. My lashes are always together and my hair is always together. No, I need to see you when you first wake up. Yo, man, I'm not having a good day today. I just want to let you guys know I'm not feeling too good, but I'm still showing up. And I want you guys to have an amazing day. Here's one tip that I want you really to take away. Like if you do that, that is showing your authentic self. That's showing your authentic self. And that's who people want to work with. They don't want to work with the stuffy person. They don't want to work with the person that's always looking together. Okay, so just be mindful of that when you're putting your own content out there. You want to story tell. You want to tell as much stories as possible. I'm going to tell you a funny story and we'll keep things moving. Back in 2020, this was a funny story. 2020, my best friend was over the house. We were just goofing off. And maybe some of you saw it online. I'm not sure. My car is parked out front and it had a little bit of a crack in it, right? So I'm thinking passenger side had a crack in the window. There was something on the front seat that I needed. I put my arm inside the window thinking I could get it and pull it out. No, chubby arms, you can't do that. So I put my arm in there. My arm got stuck. Tara, do you remember that? All right. So my best friend, of course, has the camera out and he's like, I'm going to videotape. Like, how does he come up with the video so damn fast? I don't know. But the camera comes out. He's laughing at me and I'm just trying to be cool, but I'm laughing at the same time. I'm like, just go get the keys. Go inside and get the keys because I needed you to move the window down. So the story that I put on there was 2020 is the COVID pandemic is making me fat, ... Okay. That was like the only thing I put in the caption, right? That's it. So that was like, should I put that out there? There was a vulnerable moment for me. And it was a silly moment, but can I put that out there? No, I wasn't talking about real estate. No, I wasn't talking about business at that time. I had my arm stuck in the damn car in the window. And I'm there and I posted it. And like a few months ago, I'm talking to someone who purchased the credit repair ebook that I have, right? And he's telling me, because I'm asked him, I said, well, what made you improve your credit? Like, what was the thing in the book that got there? He said, it wasn't even anything in the book. You know, I did everything I'm supposed to do. My credit score is over 700. I'm about to buy my house. Thank you. And I said, well, what got you there? He's like, you know what? To be honest, it was your video of your arm getting stuck in the car. That made me feel she's cool. She's cool. So he bought the credit repair ebook from me because my arm was stuck in the car. Okay. So I say all that to share with you those moments that you think are so precious and keep together. Nobody wants to see that. They want to see the real you. They want to see your arm stuck in the car too. Okay. Let's get back on track. I'm not going to get my arm stuck in. I might though, because still didn't lose enough weight. So storytelling, we got it. All right. Now I'm going to show you a couple of pages that give you that storytelling of appeal so that you can kind of get some idea. Then and only then can you make your offer. So you're going through this process of 1, knowing your audience. Number 2, choosing a channel that you're going to stay focused on. Number 3, keep in mind telling stories are going to keep people right here and close to you. And then and only then can you make an offer. So what I'm trying to say is you can't just jump out there and say, come to my webinar, buy from me, buy my book when you just haven't presented yourself yet. Give yourself patience, give yourself grace, and don't jump out there. And that was one of the things I had to keep in mind. When I was doing a lot of network marketing over the last decade, one of the things I didn't understand was this process. And I would simply put webinar invitations out there. Hey, come to my webinar on Tuesday, and wondering why people weren't showing up. You understand? I didn't paint the picture of why they needed to come to that webinar. And this whole process comes together, not overnight. If you're just starting your pages today, I commend you, but it's not going to be a process that takes overnight where you can just say, buy my book, come to my website. It's going to be hard and frustrating if you think you can do it that fast. Keep it going, be consistent with it. And if you need help with it, that's why you have people like myself and you have virtual assistants that can help you get things together to keep your pages on a consistent basis. And the last thing is engage with your audience. Nothing worse than you putting great content out there and people are commenting, they're responding, and they want to talk to you, and you just leave the page ghost. Okay, so don't leave the page ghost. Again, if it's someone that you need to hire to check on comments or check on just engagement, then you need to do that. I get geeked out when I go on someone's page and they actually respond to me, like it's from them, it's not from their people, and I get excited with that. So I want you to think, wouldn't you feel the same way if somebody is looking to connect with you? You want them to respond within a timely manner. Okay? So think like a publisher. Your job as a content provider is to be a resource for your audience as an industry authority. Okay? If you're a real estate agent, here are some topics that you could choose from time to time. Talk about some things in the school system. That could be Monday. Maybe on Tuesday, you can talk about community events. Maybe on Wednesday, you can talk about stats that are going on in your area. Real estate rates, interest rates, okay? Thursday, let's say you were talking about home values. And then maybe Friday, you're doing a funny video. So you can compartmentalize the days of the week and just say, look, Mondays, I'm doing this. Wednesdays, I'm doing this. Friday, I'm doing this. And that way, you know how you're organized by each day of the week. So you don't have to do all of these, but I typically would look at, let's take a look at Monday, let's do something for inspiration. Wednesday, let's do something for education. And Friday, let's do something for entertainment. And that's how it comes together, all right? Same old thinking that you were doing 10 years ago, 5 years ago, even 6 months ago is not the same as what you're going to do to get business today. Okay, so here's a tip. What I wanted to kind of finalize things with you guys. Thank you so much for joining in. Here are a couple things that people question all the time. What do I talk about? And the answer to that is, I want you to answer everyday questions that your audience is looking for. Simple. That's it. So if you are in insurance, you already know the major questions that most people are asking about. Okay? So then you take those questions. Those are now your topics for what you're going to talk about. Okay? So Charles, give me an example of what someone may ask in your industry about insurance. Oh, the difference, right? There's different types of policies, right? So that might be one. What might be another question that somebody will ask you, and you know it's a common question? Whole policy, term policy. Okay, cool. That's a 60-second video for you. So when I say that, that is not, that's not a, let me type everything out, because nobody's going to read 60 seconds of that. I mean, get your camera out, get it on a tripod, and just go through the topics. Okay. First one, number one, is the difference between a term policy and a whole life policy. Got it. Okay. And this is how you start the video. Just 60 seconds and put a timer somewhere nearby. You don't need to introduce yourself, none of that. You're just going into it like a TED Talk, okay? And this is how you're going to do your video. You're going to turn the video on and you're going to just start talking. There are a lot of people that have questions about the difference between term and whole life policy. Here are 3 different differences that you can compare to see which one may be for you. Number 1, blah, 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 blah. Number 2, number 3. And you can do something like that. Got it? A lot of people still have questions, so make sure you hit me below, or, you know, and sometimes it doesn't have to be a call to action inside the video, but you can at least give the content, and that's it. That's it, okay? Types of policies is one of the biggest ones, capabilities and restrictions. Got it? Yes, there are a few things, but yeah. So let's just say, is there an age requirement for getting insurance? Cool, that's number 2. Turn the camera on and you just go for it. 45 to 60 seconds is not a long time, but these topics will start to be reels on your video, on your page. And this is what people are doing to tune into you. And now they are liking you. They're getting aware of your page, right? They're getting attracted to your page. Now you are the authority because you keep giving this information about what I want to hear. Does it make sense? Do those videos. You can do 3 a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. That's it. You can just do that and at least start warming up your page to get you to be the authority. People love video. Here's a website that you can go to for free to start getting some free content. Answerthepublic.com. Answerthepublic.com. I love this site, right? Let me show you guys some ideas. Give me an industry, type it in the chat, and I'm going to show you how this works. So you have it, answerthepublic.com. Lanice, of course you've been using it. So would you like me to use your industry? Okay. All right, let's use her industry of nursing and see how this works. So I'm going to go to answerthepublic.com. You can do this for free, but I think you can only do 1 or 2 per day for free. Okay, so I'm on answerthepublic.com. It looks like this. This will help you get helpful topics if you run out of stuff to think about. Okay, discover what people are asking about. Get instant, raw search insights direct from the minds of your customer. So let's put in here, you just need to use 1 to 2 words for best results. So I'm just going to put in nursing. That's simple enough. United States in English, and then hit search. Let's see what pops up for the nursing topics. And Lanice has been going at it. She has been so comfortable with taking this exercise on. So she gets in front of the camera. I don't think you're going over 60 seconds, right? And she's been going at it. She's been going at it. All right, so here I've got 79 questions centered around nursing. Check this out. Here, you can download it up here. Like I've downloaded mine, and it comes out like in an Excel spreadsheet format. If you can see it. Excel. So I got stuff for days to talk about. I'm not going to run out of stuff. And you can save it too, okay? So just letting you know, you can download it and you can save it to your computer and print it out if you like, or if you want to just save it, maybe toss it into your Google Drive. It's cool. So here are some. Look at this wheel of all of the opportunities of what you can talk about, okay? Some of them sound a little whack, okay? Nursing burnout, nursing shortage, nursing jobs, nursing process, okay? Some of this stuff is a little weird. What is nursing? Why nursing school is so hard. Why nursing is important. I think this is like nursing like a mother. But to give you an idea of the topics that you can put in here, let's see if we can get another one for free. Here's realtor. No, it's not going to. You can only do 1 for free. So that just lets you know, put it in there. If you want to get the paid version, cool. Or you can just come back tomorrow and you can still use it tomorrow. Okay, you can still use it for tomorrow. Okay. Any questions on that? I don't want to give you guys a whole lot. There's other places that you can go. Titlegenerator.com is another one, but I don't want to overwhelm you. I just want you to work with what you have. I want you to work with what you do have, because overwhelming you is not the goal at all. If you like to continue figuring out what kind of things as far as content that can help you, let me show you. Valerie, I'm sorry, I used the free one up already, sorry. But you can do it on your computer and put in photography and check that out and see what pops up. Yes, I was using the free version with no problem. All right, so I want to give you guys some content. How about if you don't know what to say, a lot of times there are pages out here that you can see for inspiration. One of my mentors, Justin Owens, this is his Facebook page. And he was the one that helped me realize stories sell, not facts, telling me what to do and telling me facts. So I want you to start thinking of looking at other people's pages that make you feel good and get you connected to a story of some sort. He's in leadership. Justin Owens is in leadership. So he speaks well. He does a lot of around the world global events, and he does have a podcast of his own, and he speaks to a lot of different people. So I want you to take a look at his post that he's got some family. All right. Some people want to put their family on there, some don't. He's got some business building tips. And there's always some call to action as well. All right. And the call to actions are the necessary piece that pulls everything together. You spent that time to put that content together. What do you want that person to do next? Do you want them to book a call with you? Do you want them to schedule some time with you? Do you want them to buy an ebook? Do you want them to take a look at a website? Right? Some people are just writing posts and that's just it. I'm just scrolling past it because what do you want me to do? So you got to make sure that you've got some kind of call to action to let people know after you wrote what you wrote, after you've told the story, you've inspired, you shared some news. What do you want me to do next? Put a 100 in the comments if you agree, or DM me the word start now if you're ready to get started. Do something that is a call to action to allow people to get closer to you. You got to tell people what to do. Okay, you got to share with them what to do next. All right. Just a friendly reminder that you should believe in yourself a little more in the next 12 months. Inspiration. If you were able to believe in Santa Claus for 7 to 8 years, you could believe in yourself for 1 year. Post, right? So his page takes all of it together. Inspiration, definitely education, and entertainment. The man is funny. The man is funny. Okay, booking a 15-minute call with you, absolutely. So that's the reason why your Linktree link is important. And if you need help setting things up like that, then that's what I'm here for, to help get your profile together, to help with all of that. Okay. I did want to send you one more piece of information to work a little bit more with content. Some of you might need help with content. So if you take a look at my Instagram page, I want to point out a couple of things of how these things come together. Where you've got your edit profile, your profile can be updated right up here. It's not that much room, but I have realtor, I have success coach, inspiring, and here's my mission statement: inspiring realtors and entrepreneurs to make more money by developing their brand. Right to the point. All right. Then I have my Linktree link right here that is available. You click on it. Yes, get me off. And this is what the Linktree links look like. And many of you already have yours together, but I just put the same mission statement here at the top. And then I've got all my social media links here at the top. All you're doing is just copying and pasting into Linktree. And then here, if you are looking to add your URLs and all of your, where you want people to get closer to you, these are all of my different links. My calendar is at the bottom. You want to look at real estate. You want to take the Purpose Finder quiz. You want to get content written for you. And here's the last thing I wanted to suggest to you guys. If you wanted to snatch some content for free, you've got 7 days that I can offer you for free. 7 days of creative content that I've already written. All you have to do is copy it and paste it and see how it works on your pages. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. All right, and here's a sample of what some of it looks like. Of course, you add your own picture, your own video if you like, but here's some of the content that you get inside of that portal. Procrastination is the #1 enemy of success. That's why it's so easy to constantly put off the things you need to do to reach your goals. But not anymore, not you. Get up, get started now. Don't slow down until it's done. That's a piece of content for inspiration. Here's another one for inspiration. When you only have 3 likes, keep going. When it didn't work out the first time, keep going. When you have a slow month, keep going. When it seems too hard, keep going. When you have to completely start over, keep going. When you get rejected, keep going. You can't grow through what you don't go through. Keep going. So inspiration, again, these are storytelling type ideas. So if you'd like to get this free content, I do have this available in my Linktree link, which you can also get. And I'll drop that link inside the chat box. And I'll also make sure that you get a replay of it tomorrow. Here. That way you can take a look at it here. There, it is there in the chat. If you'd like to schedule any kind of time with me, then make sure that you're scheduling some time down here so that going forward, remember for the February session and going forward, if you are a part of the E1 Life community already, and you are already in that marketing platform working with me, then those classes going forward like this are free. If you're not, then they're going to be only $79 a month if you choose to participate. So when you get the advertisements, it will be $79 to do these kind of classes. And we're going to keep going and getting more information different every single week. Okay, so if you need help, like I said, that's there. I write content. Jeff is one of, if you want to just unmute yourself, started working with Jeff, a real estate agent, I'm gonna say 2 weeks ago, and we connected to get all of his systems together so that I can manage his pages for him. So how's your experience been with somebody taking over your pages already?
Well, it's really been awesome. I mean, this is a part of my business, that I was lacking. And when I saw Lorie opportunity to work with her, I jumped on it in a heartbeat. So, yeah, so I'm very excited. Why? It's for me, it's what I really needed, and I just think we're gonna have great success. And she is really a master in more than just social media. So it's also
thank you
all the other pieces she brings together and the tools for business development. So, I would highly recommend you work with her while she really knows her stuff.
Thank you, sir. And I didn't pay him for that at all.
No, not yet. No.
So I'm helping him get his logo together, getting him his logo together, helping his pages get content 5 days a week with Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. And of course, helping him with video so that he can start producing video content for his YouTube page. So that's coming forward. So things like that, if you just want the content from me, you can just get content from me every month as well. That's $200 a month if you just want me to give you the content and you can post it on your own. But if you do need management, like Jeff and I are working together exclusively, I write the content, I post the content, and watch the content as well. That if that's something you want, then let's get on a call together to see if that's something that you need, okay? So Jeff, we're just getting started. Lanice is another client that I am working with. She's with her mom right now, but she has kind of got the same experience where I'm not posting for her, but she's got content from me for what, 90 days? You got about 90 days worth of content. She's using that content on her page and she's just coupling it with her own videos that she's doing. So she's using answerthepublic.com. She's using her own thoughts from what does my audience need to know? What do caretakers need to know? What do nurses need to know? So she's using that and using it with the content that I gave her. So copy and paste is really simple. So a lot of people just don't know what the heck to say. Well, this fills in that blank for you. So all you got to do is use what I already did and fill it in for you so that you can get the engagement started for your page. People will start to like you more when they see that consistency, right? They see that you're consistent. But if you go on somebody's website or you go onto their Instagram page and the last time they checked on was October of 2022, that may not be somebody that you want to do business with because they haven't shown to be the authority in that area. So just as you want to work with someone as an authority, people want to do that same work with you as well. So anything centered around writing content or social media, let me know if that's something that you do need help with. You've got the link. The replay will come out tomorrow. So you have everything again available in front of you. And if you'd like to schedule some time with me, I am here. All right. So who's coming next month? Who's going to be